Hello, everybody. This is the Ruger 5.7 by 28 millimeter handgun. Came out, about 2 years ago, I think, maybe 3 years
Ruger?
ago.
Yeah, several years ago.
And it is, I guess, what would you call it? A reanimation of the FN to 5.7.
This is called reinventing the wheel.
Yeah. Anyhow, so I got one, and I find it to be a very nice shooting handgun.
Yeah, here's some video of me shooting it.
And as you're shooting it, we'll talk while I watch the video. You even have a malfunction that you cleared very quickly. Did you find the weapon to be very responsive while you were shooting it?
Yeah, I found that it jammed. I'm good at clearing the jams, though, the malfunction.
Well, what was it that malfunctioned exactly?
Fair to extract.
Okay, so, what do you think causes that?
It's spelled wrong. It's not spelled Glock. No, I'm playing.
It's a Ruger.
Yeah, it's brand new. It's a brand new gun.
Okay, yeah, because I just got it this week.
It's cleared.
All right. And it shoots this 40 grain. What is that? A soft point, lead copper jacketed round.
That's a polymer tip.
Oh, was that a polymer tip?
Yeah,
okay.
soft. It's going to be a soft lead point.
Well, we had no malfunctions with that round. It was it was the American Eagle 40 grain FMJ round that.
And what's the grain on that one?
40.
Okay. Well, I thought it shot very easily. I was quite impressed with the trigger pull.
Do you think that'd make a good duty weapon? I know you love Glock 9mm and SIG 9mm. Question: which do you prefer, Glock or SIG?
Glock. I mean, simply because I have them. Several years ago, the police department they went to 3 guns. You know, you and I, they did, but they went to 3 different striker fires. The SIG 320, I think Peak 320.
Yeah.
The Glock 17 or the Smith & Wesson M&P. And but then they decided they were going to go, and they had a couple of classes that were only SIG. And so they didn't have enough holsters for them, you know, because it's not a Glock. Okay. Because they couldn't find all the magazines because it's not a Glock. You know, that's the biggest. They don't shoot any better or any worse than a Glock, I don't think. Yeah, come on in the range. Yeah, whatever. Okay. But it doesn't shoot that much better. Okay. But what I like about the Glock is that it has all manner of magazines you can buy, all manner of holsters. We even had a surplus of holsters because the person who
now there are numerous YouTube videos, and we're going to have to test this in a future video where we take this weapon and see how these rounds work against body armor. Mm-hmm. But the lead-free rounds will apparently walk right through body armor, even though they're only 27 grain, and I think there's a 40 grains. What is it? The SS-192, which I don't think they can even import anymore. But the SS-190 and the SS-192 rounds would make their way through body armor pretty easily. And then I don't know about these VMAX rounds or if the American Eagle 40 grain full metal jacket rounds will, but we'd have to test that.
Yeah.
But as a backup weapon, I would definitely use this as a backup weapon.
Well, I was impressed with the low recoil, the magazine capacity, how quickly it shot, each take up shot, and how much are the bullets?
The FN rounds are $54 a box, and then I think the American Eagle was $38 a box.
All right, well, fuck this machine.
But that's for 50 rounds. That's not 20 rounds.
Oh, 50.
Yeah. So it's like $1 a round, give or take, maybe 85 cents a round. That's okay.
Okay.
Look, some people drive Teslas.
Yes.
And some people drive, I don't know, others. This is the Tesla of handguns. But I mean,
when the shit hits the fan, good luck at finding those Teslas laying around.
But this one comes with, unlike the FN, this one comes with a thumb safety. I've noticed because I've got an FN and a Ruger, and this one comes with a nice thumb safety, right? That works real well, and your slide lock. But then you have a second safety on the trigger. So you actually have 2 incorporated safeties on this weapon. And the sights are nice and high, and you get this, I don't know, I guess it glows in the dark or something, but this illuminated front sight. I don't know.
Fiber optic.
Is it fiber optic?
Yeah, the light hits it, it glows pretty good.
Okay. I mean, I'm quite happy with it. I like the way it's shot today. And I don't know, you seem to do pretty well with it.
Well, it's not a, what I don't like about that is the point of aim, point of impact is not going to be the same, you know? So and hyper accuracy for police shootings, okay, is not 25, 30, 40 yards away. It is 5 yards away, 3 yards away when the guy has the woman around the neck, you know, that's when hyper accuracy comes into play. And I like just like with a rifle, you have to have a point of aim, point of impact. You got to know where your holdover is. Same thing with that.
Well, now this comes with the ability to mount one of those aim point or you know, red dot systems.
Yeah.
So you can adjust that to your point of impact.
Well, the dot will still be there, and you'll have to aim high or low. I mean, the point of aim, point of impact, wherever you put the dot, is still going to change when you go from the different ranges with that pistol.
Oh, because the round is parabolic.
Yeah, well, the sight doesn't know what range you are. You know, if it did, it could.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, I get your point.
I mean, that's for self-defense. You know, who cares if it's, you know, oh, but it shot 2 inches high. You know, who cares?
And it comes with that 20 round magazine. Look at that. It's like a little hand rifle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like my Glock. It's got 19 rounds. That's to a magazine.
The 9mm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus with the extension, you know, 19 rounds with the one in the chamber.
Is it a Glock 19 or what is it?
No, Glock 17.
Glock 17?
Yeah, with the extended magazine.
Okay.
And it said 20 rounds.
So okay, so you will be like Pharaoh. You will be buried with your Glock.
Not particularly.
Oh.
I mean, like my biggest gripe about the department having different guns is because everybody shot differently and everybody was taught differently. If you're going to have if everybody has that gun, then great. Everybody should have that gun. Everybody needs the same exact gun. That way we have standardized training for combat pistol.
Okay.
You know, it's accuracy is important.
Well, you know, I carry a SIG, you know, with me.
320?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that weapon a lot,
mm-hmm.
you know, as a concealed handgun license holder. I like the SIG 320 a lot. But I would carry this as a backup weapon. If I were on duty and I was, you know, and theoretically, if I was still a police officer, I would carry my SIG as a primary, but I would carry that as a backup, is what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would make a great, just in case, you know, in case you're dealing with somebody who's got body armor and your 9mm isn't going to get through the class 2A or class 3 body armor.
Yeah.
This will walk through it, especially the lead-free rounds.
Yeah.
There's multiple videos on YouTube where people are testing the 5.7 round against body armor, and the lead-free rounds will.
Then there's the one drawback of not supposed to carry anything that your vest won't defeat.
Well, I mean,
okay, if somebody grabs your gun and you got it, you can actually stick it into your vest. Pull the trigger, it may hurt. Okay, but if you have a 9mm, you know that now the gun's useless because you'd have to clear the malfunction. Okay, with that one, you just goodbye, cruel world.
But I mean, you're more likely to have to engage with somebody wearing body armor than engage your own body armor.
Well, yes, yeah. Oh, well, I meant not just that, but you know, you lost your gun or somebody took it from you, or you know. It doesn't stop it. What are the chances of that? I don't know. You know, it has happened.
Okay.
You know, and they you know, when I first became a police officer, they said 50% of us will all police officers die with their own weapon. I'm like, half of us are going to die. You know, then they're like, oh, so we got it down to it's about 50% of police officers who are shot. Okay, are shot with their own weapon.
Okay.
So it's a little, probably, and I'm sure it fluctuates from year to year, but around there. About half the time, police officers get shot with their own weapon.
Now I want to look that up. We're going to do a video about that.
Okay.
We're going to have to. All right. So anyway, I think it would make a good backup weapon, a secondary. I would carry it if I did.
Well, definitely a deadly round. It was made to shoot folks. Okay.
It was?
Yeah. It was designed for close quarters battle.
Because I was
out of the P90.
I was curious what the origin of the 5.7 round was.
Yeah. It was built around in fact, the gun was built around the cartridge. The P90, that's good. The little short barrel, sub gun. And it's to have a rifle velocity in a pistol recoil.
Did FN come up with that, or is that the Galil? I mean, what?
No, it's FN.
FN,
yeah, the P90.
Yeah,
yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. People say I like that bullet. I like I like the ones that I have the most of. That's what I like, the bullets.
Okay. Well, obviously, yes. And they're 20 cents a round?
Well, yeah. Well, now they're 37 cents a round. But the Wolf family used to be what 12 cents a round?
Yeah.
Now it's just highway robbery. And why is it still that way? Because they can.
Because of Biden.
Well, because I thought it was Putin.
It's Joe Biden.
Let's go, Brandon.
All right. No, 9mm. I understand that. That's what I shoot best with.
And I'm not advocating 9 over 40 over 45 because there's a whole bunch of people out there that are, I hope there's a whole bunch of people watching our videos, but everybody now is being offended. Okay. I'm not saying that you should carry one over the other. I just like 9mm because it's got more bullets.
Okay.
And bullets these days, because of the modern construction and the great powder, the difference between a 40, a 9, and a 45 is really small as far as expansion, weight retention, speed, all that stuff. The things that cause the VRI, the very rapid incapacitation. Yeah, and it's rounds on target that matter. It's not really exactly the bullet, but so 4 9mm are a lot better than 1 9mm. So it's anything worth shooting once is worth shooting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Right.
And with that, you definitely fulfill the number one rule of gunfighting, which is bring a gun.
Right.
Better than a sharp stick.
Yeah. Right. The only thing I'm trying to get used to is the long trigger pull. There's a very, very long,
it's almost like a double action.
Yeah. Very long trigger pull behind that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it goes off, it resets. And on a Glock or a SIG, where it resets,
mm-hmm.
you just pull a trigger another millimeter and it
reset. Yeah.
This one, no, you have to go all the way back before it discharges again. So it takes kind of an additional 3 millimeters before it's
got a long reset.
Yeah. It has a very long reset. So that's the only thing that takes getting used to.
And I don't really like the safeties on the side. Because I might bump it on and I don't want it on.
Oh, okay.
This is my safety, sir. Okay. What are the 2 reasons for an accidental discharge? Finger on the trigger or trigger on the finger. Okay. And people, okay. And many, many moons of being a police officer and a soldier, I have yet to see one equipment malfunction. Not one. And the stuff about the Glock with it's your fingers on the trigger and your trigger is on the finger. That's what makes it go off. So I want to index my finger and keep it off the trigger until I'm ready to shoot. So that's what I'm not real big on the safeties. I've seen people that would carry a Glock in their dress carry a 45 Colt in their dress uniform because it was all pretty, and then carry a Glock the rest of the time. I'm like, so when you get to do a shooting in your dress uniform, you're like, oh yeah, take it off. Yeah. I like, it's the reason I carry my pistol right here on my side.
Okay.
Because I want it to be the exact same place I learned to draw. Okay. Wherever you want to carry it, it's fine. If you carry it in the front here, what they call that, the appendix draw or whatever it is.
Yeah. The cross draw.
Yeah. You, appendix carry, great, but practice
Do you think the department would ever allow officers to carry this weapon as a backup?
Probably not. I mean, well, the department would have to supply some practice ammo, and that ain't happening. I mean, if I was a chief, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Really?
No. It's not an end all be all. It doesn't.
Well, I'm not suggesting it's an end all be all. I'm just suggesting
it doesn't do anything different than a Glock 17 does. I mean, it's good training. A lot of our friend Huey, carried on SWAT, carried a Glock 9mm.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I mean, I hear you. I think it would be a good backup weapon myself. But all right. Thanks for joining.
It is a great weapon. I'm not saying it's not. Don't get me wrong, but just whatever gun you have, train with that gun.
Right. Drop it. Comment section below. Tell us what you think. Do you think this would make a good backup weapon for a police officer? I'd love to hear from you.
Or a good primary weapon. Or tell me how I'm wrong. That's what I like.
Okay, fair enough. All right, and we'll look forward to the next video, and we'll see you then.